Oh my god. What? Wow. No, you're not. Ooh. No shot, I killed you, brother. You suck. Oh my god, you're so fucking... Holy shit. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Holy shit. Triple kill, let's go!
The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because...
Oh my god, 2 triple kills. Nice job. What? The way I fucking flew. Oh, let me see if I can see it. I can't see it. Yes! You dumb bitch. So, Modern Warfare 2. The sequel to the 2019 hit Modern Warfare. How does it hold up on the multiplayer side? Alright, so it's pretty much the same. Some things have changed, some things have not. We're gonna go over it in a little bit, since I'm not really a talking type of person. But we're gonna start with everybody's favorite new thing now, DMZ. DMZ is a completely new mode. You basically land on Al Mazrah, which is a new Warzone map, which we're gonna talk about later. But for now, Al Mazrah is the same thing as Tarkov, with a Call of Duty spin to it, essentially. Yeah, DMZ is just making me angry. Why does it make me angry? Well, specifically because of a lot of bugs in the actual mode. I mean, the multiplayer has a lot of bugs already, especially in the menu. But when it comes to DMZ, you do have a lot of issues that are becoming kind of big now that I'm playing 80 hours, give or take, or 90 when it comes to multiplayer. So I think that's a good time to talk about certain things. If you go in there, you have to basically explore, loot certain things, and get the fuck out. If you don't get out, if you die inside of this mode, pretty much lose everything that you had on your person, and you have to kind of, I mean, you lose them forever, essentially. The only way you get them back. I say that in that tone because you don't really get it back, but you can just keep going in and exfilling out, get the weapons that you come out of there with. That goes for gear, weapons, any armor you have, any keys you have, keys that you do have to get into certain parts of the actual mode. DMZ also has a contract system where it sort of follows its own little story type of thing. You do have to do those contracts if you want to unlock insured weapons. Insured weapons are basically weapons that you get to keep. So for example, if you go into DMZ and you die, that weapon still stays on your inventory, but you do have to wait for a cooldown, which is usually like around 2 hours, I want to say. Yeah, so around like 2 hours, not that long. Pro tip for all of you kiddos playing DMZ now. The more you go in it and the more time you spend inside of DMZ, the more XP you get, but that remaining XP for certain things give you a cooldown reduction. In a way, not like it really matters, you're still gonna go to DMZ anyway, with or without weapons. Most of the weapons you get are kind of like mid. You do have to earn a lot of money inside of DMZ to be able to buy good weapons, but even then the good weapons they have in the shop is not really that good, in my opinion. But hey, it's there, it's a thing, so cool. It's a very good it's a very good mode. I like it, don't get me wrong, but there is a reason why it's called DMZ beta part is the thing that I want to talk about now. They weren't kidding when they said beta, because it performs like a beta. I can barely keep 60 above 60 FPS, so you know, but that's probably the entire game. It's just been like that. They still have to update it a certain way, but it is what it is. Other problem with the performance, I don't know if I could call that a performance issue. I don't know, you guys can argue about that in the comments. I don't know. The AI is just batshit insane difficulty. Like, it's just complete difficult. Like, I don't understand how the AI is just difficult as hell. Sometimes they spawn right in front of you. I've had a few occasions where the actual AI, or rather like some of the bosses in DMZ, they just spawn right in front of you, and the entire 3 squads that are around that boss all spawn in, and I just get lasered, like I said, like as if I'm in a fucking fire squad or something, and I just got, you know, killed. That's happened already 4 times this week, and last week it just happened almost every time. So not only do you have to deal with the AI spawning in front of you at any point, it's not just AI, it's also enemy players, so like actual players that join in, which makes it 10 times more difficult than it should be. Like, I'm not saying the game should be easy. There's a reason why it's copying Tarkov. Tarkov is not really an easy game to play from what I've seen, but there's only players there. As far as I know, there's no AI roaming around. The fact that the AI is roaming around in here and they can just laser aimbot 360 no scope you from across the fucking map, exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just unfair. It's completely unfair, especially when you have a lot of loadouts that you might want to use. You're gonna have a mode like that, at least keep it either with players or have the AI be reduced in difficulty, because right now they're on realism mode. Like, I think they're just in realism, and it goes far beyond realism when they just spawn literally right in front of you. So considering how you die and you can't get revived unless you use one of the little res guns, forget about it. You lose everything. It's a complete waste of time. By complete waste of time, I mean, like, you kind of want to exfil with all those weapons that you have, especially for contracts that you do have to do later on. It's a big problem with DMZ right now. I don't know if they're gonna fix it by the time Season 1 Reloaded comes out. I really do hope that they at least kind of die down with the whole AI, because DMZ is just completely unplayable unless you have 2 or 3 people with you, which I suppose that would be the point. But then what is the point of having me do it solo? It's just completely impossible at this point. Talking about impossible, we're gonna talk about the Chemist now. So the Chemist is another issue. He is special. You're a special boss that you have to go and kill to obtain a weapon that is the only way to get that weapon. That weapon is the M13B. So for the M13, we need to kill the Hazard Suit Juggernaut. He's not really a Juggernaut. He has a lot of armor, but he's not a Juggernaut. Like, he doesn't really kill you too badly like a Juggernaut does. But he does have somewhat fair armor. Like, he has a bit more armor than normal enemies, and he's the only way you can ever get that M13B. No other way to unlock it, unless they add it in the shop or something, but that is the only way you could ever get it. He also has that problem where he just spawns out of nowhere, and sometimes the problem gets bigger. And by bigger, I mean that he goes underground and he is inside of the ground. So he gets bugged and he only appears once every match. As you can see, this game is not working with you to get that weapon. If you're going for Orion, good luck to you. I don't know if it's a requirement to get the M13B for the Orion, but it's still annoying. Like, I've had to do that myself countless of times, and it really gets my blood boiling. I had to do it with a friend, which we ended up getting it. Little pro tip: if you have a friend that gets it, all you have to do, you don't even need to fight the chemist anymore. All you have to do is have that friend have that weapon, the M13B, with them when you both go back into a Mazrah and DMZ. You guys switch weapons, and then you exfil. Easy. There you go. I just gave you the biggest pro tip. So yeah, it's hard, but it's also not too hard, unless you're the unlucky ones that can't even play the game because, I don't know, Nvidia driver installs. I don't know, man. Like, at this point, there's so many issues with the game itself that DMZ is just like a little piece of that puzzle. Going back to DMZ, it's just really annoying. I would call the game mode really fucking annoying. It is fun. Like, it is a fun game mode. I see the potential in it. I just want them to actually do something about it and not just leave it in beta and then pretend like they did something just to then release it and then not do anything. So now that that's covered, we're gonna go into multiplayer. I'm gonna be honest, it's a bit more fun than 2019. Not in the way that you play the game, but in the way that you do the camos. The camo grind, for example, was atrocious in Modern Warfare. Not as bad as before, though. I'm pretty sure the games before it was bad enough that Modern Warfare 2 is actually 10 times better. It was bad. Like, trust me, I'm still trying to get Damascus to this day, and it's just hard. It's just extremely hard, especially when they took out the 2 maps that actually mattered for you to do that. It was bad, so bad, dude. This time around, what they did is that they tied either 3, 4, sometimes 1 camo to each weapon type. That's how they kind of curbed the whole grind fest that was just camo grinding. So you have to reach a level, do that challenge, and then you get the camo. Gold, same thing for platinum, same thing for poly, and same thing for Orion. You do that whole progression thing. It's easy. It's easier than Modern Warfare. That is a huge positive. Part of the reason why I got the game is because it was that easy. Like, it's just 10 times easier than the 2019 game. So that's a good job on that. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's the most positive thing you're gonna hear in this video about multiplayer, at least on that section of multiplayer, because the next thing is just, it's a complete fucking F. Like, it's F on all sides when it comes to these things that I'm going to talk about. Weapon progression is fairly the same. Level a gun all the way until you see that it's capped. that's it. But the way that you do them and the way that they interact with other weapons, completely different in this game. For Modern Warfare, you used to just, you have this weapon, you unlock everything for it, cool, that's it. You unlocked all the attachments for that weapon, you unlocked everything that you really need for that weapon, you level it up and you capped it, cool. In this game, it doesn't work like that. If you want a specific attachment for a weapon, you need to level that weapon up into a specific part, see if that weapon, that attachment fits that weapon. So no, then that means that you have to unlock another weapon, get and level that weapon up all the way until you get that attachment, so that then you can use it on that original weapon that you wanted to use it for. So it's basically, you need to level everything up before you even do what you want with the weapon, with a specific weapon. It's a bunch of like jumping through little things at once, and it's really fucking annoying. I thought it wasn't gonna be a big deal. Like, I was like, whatever, I just level everything up. I'm still leveling things up, and it's just, I find it very fucking annoying. I don't understand where they were going with this. I mean, I don't understand where they were going with a lot of things in this game, which is just a lot more negatives. They're not like big negatives, but everything amounts to like really big. So this is one of them. Like, this is complete F. Like, I don't understand where they came from with this. They have this weapon tuning thing, which is a good addition for like an in-depth type of little fine-tune things, like, you know, how much recoil this thing can pack and all that stuff like that. But they took out you can't change the icon inside of the the holographic aim down sights. You can't do that anymore for whatever reason. It's a lot of little things that they changed that it just has me kind of like scratching my head as to why you guys would change that. That's another one. I just don't get it. Playing for, again, 80-90 hours, I still don't get how that was affecting the game negatively in any way. Another thing that I want to talk about is perks. Instead of having 3 static perks, you get 2, and you get 2 bonuses. So you get 2 other bonus ones. Now, I don't know how I feel about this. I still need a little with it, but so far I don't think I like it. Like, it's not going in a good direction. Mostly because I can kind of, at first you don't really notice the difference. Like, it's whatever, you know. But after a while, you kind of start like, okay, where's my, like, I could really use Ghost right now. Not later. Game decides to give me the actual thing. It's a bunch of, like, again, maybe for certain people it's just not a big deal, but after a while it starts like really bothering me to the point where I'm just like, okay, can we not do this? Can I just have my perks back and just have 3, and you can put whatever, you can switch it out however you like, you can change it however you want, just let me have 3 static ones. Right now, as it is, it's just a bit weird. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything good for me or anyone. So but right now I'm not really gonna say like it's a negative thing, but it's not a good thing either. So we'll just leave it at that for now. I don't know if they're ever gonna change it, but I hope they kind of visit that too. It doesn't feel right. It feels weird to just have 2 perks, 1 bonus that requires over time it comes to you, and then a ultimate perk. It's so weird, dude. Anyway, the other thing, okay, this one is straight up, nobody can argue with me on it. Like, I don't care. You can type it down in the comments if you want. I don't care how you feel about it. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, Chief. The UI, it's completely horrible, and it's also like really bugged, especially with the whole token system and the battle pass. I can't stand it. I can't even use my tokens, to the point where I have to restart the game. So meaning I have to get out of the game, go back into the game, use the menu properly. Not only does it look bad, UI, I mean, it's confusing and it's bugged. That is the biggest F I can give something. Not even an F. That shit goes all the way down to an L. Like, this is the UI is just a complete L. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they should not. The guy who made this UI should not make anything at all. Like, just pick a different career, because that is horrible. Like, I'm sorry, it sounds fucked up, but like, I don't give a shit. It is bad. Now, the performance, I think, and this is like a Call of Duty thing that happens all the time. They kind of want to release something really quickly, even though it's been 2 years. Actually, it's been like 2 years, and for some reason, and again, maybe this is from a very consumer standpoint, but how do you have 8 companies or 8 studios working on one singular game? And I understand that they're working on multiple projects, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a complete fucking dumbass. But how is it that you have 8 studios that can't release a product that is not only optimized? And again, this is a game that should be probably in development since like 3 years ago. How is it that you guys don't do any playtesting? In not really playtesting as in like the systems and stuff like that, but in the most basic thing, the performance. How is it that you guys don't have a optimization thing that you do before you release the game? It's barely optimized. That's the problem with Modern Warfare 2. It's barely optimized. It's been stable depending on what you do, but if you put it in any preset, the game it's weird. I have to put everything at low settings, and even at low settings, it still runs below 60. Modern Warfare was heavier when it came to demanding a lot of my PC, and it ran fine. It ran over 60 consistently at low settings. It was fine. This game cannot run at low settings for some reason and have it be stable. There is no stability whatsoever. Again, guys, optimize this game, please. Please have that be the priority, not taking the fucking money out of people selling Messi skins for $20. Like, I don't know how many times we have to fucking go through this shit. So it's like I'm talking to a toddler right now. Overall, the game's been fun, right? It's just playing it is fun. It's the same thing as Modern Warfare, same fun everything. The gunplay is just the same. None of the core things have changed, but like in these like 80 to 90 hours of me just playing the game itself, not the single player, that's gonna be a different video. It's been like a mixed bag. It's like I like it, I really do see the potential, but it's just weird to me. It's really weird how over eight studios that a multi-billion-dollar company, or multi-million, whatever you want to call it, a company that has a bunch of fucking money, and they cannot release a video game, right, with a performance like performance shouldn't be something that we should all be complaining about a game. That is just a thing that I just cannot, I can never get over. Maybe other people have gotten used to that. I have not gotten used to the fact that games come out broken and then they pretend like, oh well, video game making is hard. Well, nobody said it was easy, but holy fuck, there are games out there that come out fucking flawlessly. And if they do come out with some problems, it's mostly visual stuff, not actual performance issues. I'm talking about performance. If you cannot get the performance right to play the game, how are you gonna expect me to play the game? Because I've had this game crash like 3 or 4 times. So I just find it really embarrassing that this is still happening. Over 8 studios working on this game. That cannot be done. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Guys, you guys need to have a talk. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, enough is enough. We already have enough broken ass fucking video games. I'm looking at you, Fallout 76, that come out at launch and then they pretend like it's because it's hard. Like, well, why don't you release a stable version first, and instead of trying to rush things? I still don't accept that shit. Dude, let's just get to the bottom line. I don't accept that shit. The enjoyment I had with this game it's meaningful, don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed my time. These little things do have a huge impact when they all get together. I'm not just talking about performance here. I'm talking about everything else that's just not. It's like Activision does this thing where it's 2 steps ahead, like 2 steps ahead, and then they just take 5 more backwards. Like, I just don't understand why you guys can't just do 3 steps ahead and not just fuck it up. Like, I don't get that. For some reason, they just can't do it. And especially for an asking price of $70 fucking plus taxes is like 74. A broken mess that you probably can't even play. Like, I didn't even want to. That's why I didn't even buy week 1. I didn't buy this week 1 because I was like, okay, let me wait and see if the performance at least isn't gonna fucking deliver. And lo and behold, it had a fucking 50 something on Steam. Probably worse. I don't even know. I didn't even check. But I checked the week after and it was horrible. It's filled with people saying the same thing that I experienced on week 2. So I wouldn't buy this for $70. If you really want my rating, don't buy this for $70. Not like my rating matters, but buy it for like 30, 40. That's what this game is worth, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Y'all know what to do. Like the video, comment if you have any comments about the game. I'm gonna go back to the game because I need to do the campaign video next. So I'll see you guys on that video.